This is Soundoff 60.
I want to make sure that the best team is the champion.
Yeah.
I want to play.
And that's key.
If that tournament comes up with this is the best team, I'm for that.
Southwest Louisiana's premier sports talk television show.
With me? Hey.
Without me. All
That
right.
might be the dumbest argument we've ever had.
You
I
are
like the way he
most
does that.
idiotic imbecile if you thought that argument did not have merit.
Look.
and did not.
All right,
McCarran.
So you talking about my LSU quarterback?
Yes.
You put
With me, without me.
Soundoff 60 is presented by Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort. Here are the boys, Rick, Scooter, and Kevin.
The LSU Tigers have taken Scooter Hobbs away from us.
He's with
in
them.
Baton Rouge tonight for this winner-take-all matchup.
Look.
Good riddance. We love doing a show without Hobbs.
Well, look, I had a chance.
When I'm gone on like one itsy-bitsy vacation trip,
Yeah.
he rags me for the entire show, does he
No,
not?
he does. He does.
And
I'm
you
always,
too, because
I'm always in your defense, Rick. That's
Oh,
never
yeah,
true.
you're always in
That's
my
never
defense.
true, Rick. But I had a chance.
In
while I
defense
watched-
of Hobbs, he's working.
He
He's
is
at
working.
the
He is
LSU
working.
game, of course, which is,
And
should still be going on
I'm
as
just
we
wondering,
speak.
where is it in the press box, Alex press box, that he's working at? Because I was at the game on Friday,
Right?
and I walked up there and
Right.
didn't see him.
It's a hidden bar in the back. You don't know where the hidden secret bar is? They got TV monitors back there. That's how he covers the game.
But I was looking for him on Friday. I went down to the game.
Just kidding. Don't take me serious.
I went down
all
to the game
time.
on Friday. But no, LSU looked good on Friday.
Yeah, did
and
not
everything.
look good over the weekend.
No, they didn't.
On Sunday
No, they didn't.
night.
No, they didn't.
They give up a 4-0 lead
Yeah.
to Houston. The Cougars come back and win it in the 11th inning, 5-4, which is
Yeah.
forcing this winner-take-all game as we speak.
tonight,
If it's
yeah.
running late, the game is going on. So this could be historic if they lose. I mean, if they win, it's the protocol for
Yeah,
LSU
it
in the
is.
regionals in Baton
It is.
Rouge at Alex Box. They seem to always win.
Always
so
win.
Let's, I'm ringing the bell a lot tonight. Let's
I'm
keep our
hoping
fingers
too.
crossed.
And hoping the weather's going to be as good as it has been over the weekend and all. But, the one
Are you
thing-
ready to tackle me
Yeah, I
in
am,
an
I am.
hour with just me?
Not a problem. Done it
Are
before.
you ready?
I am ready. This is the thing that gets me, Rick, about you. When Scooter's here,
You like to flex your muscles a lot when I'm here, so I'm ready for you. You need to flex this muscle, though. This is the muscle you don't flex enough.
Okay.
Okay?
I will flex that muscle.
I
for
could
you
go.
sometime.
I could go anywhere tonight, but I'll stay away.
Go anywhere, and I
Okay,
might
anyway.
even come back and bring you somewhere else too.
Okay,
But
go ahead.
This is the thing that I wanted to say. Over the weekend, a lot of stuff comes on and comes up and everything, and I mean, we had mentioned and talked about it, but I want to talk mainly about this because I think it's something that people sometimes get confused in what they see and what they hear to understand what's reality.
Okay.
And
What are you speaking?
One of the person I'm bringing
You're
up
throwing
is-
a curveball out.
No, I'm not. I'm bringing up Johnny Manziel.
Okay.
And we can get on it later, but I want to come back to that because I've got a few points I want to make about that because this is my thing. This is an individual that a team has invested, will invest a great deal of money in, and he hasn't played a snap yet. But I want to
He
know,
was in minicamp.
but he hadn't played a snap
Oh,
yet.
okay. He hadn't did real football.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Are you going to come out and call him a punk? Is that what you're getting to? I'm asking. You're leading up to it. Are you calling him a punk?
I just want to talk about it. I just
Okay.
want to get a little in depth when we come
All right,
back to
which segues me into okay. We'll talk about Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, it's a good topic.
We're going to talk about UL Lafayette, which is in a must game
Yeah.
tonight. It's probably over by now, but we'll get into that. We'll talk about McNeese baseball. Justin Hill, a first-year head coach, will join us a little bit
Yes.
later on in the show.
Glad to have him.
To kind of recap the Cowboys baseball season. I want to
season
get his
for
thoughts,
us.
too, on having these two regionals in South Louisiana. I mean, in Lafayette and Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge.
And after last week's show, Scooter texted me and said, oh, boy, begrudgingly, by the way,
Yeah.
when I said last week, this is a big deal in regards to having UL Lafayette hosting a regional and LSU hosting a regional.
Two Louisiana
And I
teams.
wondered what was the history in this, and has it happened before? And I don't remember it happening that much.
He
and
said
Hobbs,
it did.
Hobbs said it happened several. Well, he texted me and said, oh, by the way, you're right. It is a big deal because it had only
I
happened
know that had to
once
hurt him
before.
to tell you that.
I know
to
that.
call you and text you that.
But it only happened once before that both of them got hosting regionals in the same year.
That
And
is
it was
pretty
a
strong,
while
though, Rick,
back.
but
So
it happened.
I knew it hadn't happened in a while. I thought it was a big deal. We want to talk about
No, it is a
Justin,
big deal, though.
About
It is.
Justin in regards to the onslaught, I guess you will, of college baseball in Louisiana, with UL Lafayette and LSU leading the way, and the Cowboys trying to be in the mix.
Two local teams real close.
And Northwestern up in Natchitoches is pretty good. So we'll get it. And let's not forget about Tulane. They can come back. So we'll talk about that. Ironically enough, last week we talked about Daniel Sams. Remember the possible transfer from Kansas State? We
couldn't say much about it, but we talked about it and said that it would be.
4 days later, official media reports put Sams coming to McNeese. So we'll get into that and so much more. I know you want to talk about Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, but I want to talk about Sams too, because that's going to be a big deal for the Cowboys.
Yes, the Cowboys picking up yet another D1 transfer announcement of a safety out of TCU, another player out of TCU. They have one already. So we got a lot to tackle.
No, we do.
So you better be on your toes, because we're going to jump around.
Look, just bring it my way, okay?
And Phil Mickelson.
Oh.
I got a problem. I got a big problem with this story.
Scooter needed to be here for this one,
because he does not like you, Phil Mickelson.
No, he doesn't.
Hobbs is probably sitting in Baton Rouge doing this. I'm facetious. I'm being facetious, but
insider trading. I don't know much about that stuff now. Okay, but let me just say this.
I thought you were under. Like,
no, man.
4 or 5 years ago, you.
No,
I'm just
I don't
kidding
do the
again.
I don't.
No implication for insider trading.
But Rick, this is the thing, Rick.
Yeah. You're going to get into it now. It's like later on.
No. I want to. No. Let's talk about it a little bit now. The FBI, it's a powerful organization. They can do whatever they want to do, but how can you call someone out on national television, even if you're not sure, to even implicate this person?
Oh, well, they're investigating him. They're investigating him.
But do you know what the implications of that can do for this man's image?
That's what I want to get into. All right. Staying on baseball. We talked about LSU in their must-win fight. UL Lafayette. How do you lose to Jackson State?
It happens, Rick. It's baseball.
I don't want to hear about baseball.
Look,
you know,
look, LSU. Look, wait, Southeastern. Southeastern was leading LSU 2-0.
That's true.
Okay.
My alma mater.
And I'm like, what?
That's a good point. I don't know. Come on.
I don't know.
LSU was in.
Well, we knew that LSU was going to probably win it, but
the Cajuns. They led the country in home runs and doubles and triples and runs scored. And they were a powerhouse offensively. 1-0. They lose to Jackson State. Now, granted, they come back and beat San Diego State, and then they get into the winner's side again, and they beat Mississippi State last night to force tonight's must-win game. I don't know. Look, I know it's baseball. But,
it is baseball.
Come on, man. 1-0.
And it's different, Rick. You know what? I was just sitting there on Friday looking at the game as LSU was playing. And you know, Rick, it just takes for one guy to get hot.
Well, one pitcher.
One pitcher.
A pitcher can find his spots, befuddle the batters, and really get that momentum and hold them at bay. And they did that with you.
And I mean, on Friday, you know, Nola didn't pitch, and it was like the guys that he changed up 3 or 4 pitches, and it's like, geez, can any of these guys get it right?
Well,
I mean,
last night, which would be Sunday if you're watching the broadcast replay, the Sunday night game for LSU, I mean, 4-0 on the Cougars. Now, Houston's a good team. Good program, obviously. 4-0, and then the bullpen just gives up runs and runs and runs. And look, to Houston's credit, they were finding the gaps.
Yeah, they were.
They were finding the holes where the defense was not, and give them credit. But the bullpen just, they just hit a wall.
Those Louisiana teams, I mean, I'm looking a little bit more into them, Rick, and saying that, we've got something here in the state of Louisiana. I mean, they was putting the bat on every ball LSU was throwing to them, Rick, honestly.
Oh, I know. And no, you mentioned Southeastern. And Maneri mentioned, LSU coach Paul Maneri mentioned going into the game that Southeastern from the Southland Conference, with the pitcher they had on that particular night, was going to be a tough out. And look, you can. That's all I really should say when it comes to Stony Brook. Come on.
I know.
That's all you got to go into LSU baseball, say Stony Brook.
What?
You don't take anybody for granted.
When everybody mouth dropped was actually the second batter up, hit a home run.
Yeah.
The outfield was like,
yeah.
What?
We're in a ball game. All right. Mr. Guidry's here. Sarah,
we're glad to be here as always.
Hour or less. Hobbs is in Baton Rouge covering the LSU game against the Houston Cougars. Winner take all.
Maybe he'll take
the Cajuns.
Soon.
If they win, they're off to the Super Regional and LSU. So by the time you watch this, the game may be over. We'll get a full report next week when Hobbs graces us with his presence. All right, we're up against the clock. Our first break. When we come back, we're going to get into a number of things. Cowboy football, a little bit of Saints football along the way, and Johnny Manziel, Phil Mickelson. I got my rant on Phil Mickelson and so much more. When we come back to Jack Daniels here at Lauberge Casino.
Soundoff 60 is brought to you by Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort.
Thank you. Here's to that friend you've known since forever. The one who's been through it all with you. From playoff wins to girlfriends lost. A guy you know better than anyone. Even if you've never called him by his real name.
Hey, Dad.
Buddy.
Hi, we're the Tarver family. We've been in business for 30 years. The question that people ask us most often is, what's the best time of the year to buy? We believe the best time is when the most people are buying, and that's in May and June.
So we're starting a brand new tradition, our first annual May-June sale. It's our biggest savings of the year on our biggest inventories of the year. At either one of our locations, Lake Charles Toyota or Tarver Ford.
It's our biggest sale in our 30-year history.
And it's our annual May-June sale.
At Lake Charles Toyota, Highway 14 south of I-210. Or Tarver Ford, I-10 exit 21 in Sulphur.
Dr. Cassio is my choice.
Dr. Cassio is my choice.
Dr. Brett Cassio is fellowship trained and board certified in both orthopedics and sports medicine. He has the tools, techniques, and experience to get athletes back on the field of play. Call 337-494-4900.
Dr. Brent Cassio is the official sports medicine physician of Soundoff 60.
What is it about Luxair cooling products that deliver the comfort you've been wishing for? Is it their energy-saving performance? Those super cozy moments with loved ones? Or perhaps it's that great feeling you get in helping those wishing for a little comfort of their own. For over a decade, we've been helping deliver hope, strength, and joy to Make-A-Wish children and families at a time when they need it most. Find out how Luxair home comfort products will make you feel really good this season. Luxair, the comfort you've been wishing for.
It's hot, it's summer, there's
Yes,
some
it
big
is.
pools. It's called the Lazy River. The pool's out here at Lauberge Casino, and you know Liquid Society is up and running. It's the pool party's coming up this Thursday, Ashes of Babylon. Huge local band, and they're getting a regional following. Ashes of Babylon's gonna rock the stage. Show usually starts about 8:30. Get your tickets now. Should be, I don't know, we've had a little bit of rain lately, but it's off and on. So with this humidity and heat, you kind of want a little bit of a rain shower and not want to shut down the show. You know, Counting Crows, by the way, Counting Crows and Toad the Wet Sprocket is coming up for the week of June 19th. So it's going to be a big weekend. Show. Yeah. A huge show indeed. Weekend. All right, Justin Hill, the McNeese baseball coach, coming up later on in the show. Want to throw that out there. We've covered some LSU baseball, UL Lafayette baseball. So before we get on the Daniel Sam story with the McNeese Cowboy football program, let's talk Barb baseball. Back to Barb baseball, but not the Bucks. It's Garen Caccini called up over the weekend to the big leagues, to the Boston Red Sox. Now he had an average of like 278 in AAA. That's a pretty good average for a 23-year-old in the Red Sox organization. 278. I don't know. I think he led that particular league in doubles or something. Called up over the weekend and goes out and gets in, mid-innings, 6th or 7th inning, and goes 1 for 2 with an RBI double. Yeah.
I mean, got to be one happy dad.
Oh, yeah.
Glenn, I mean, and that's major. I think we've had both the kids on the show.
Yes,
if I'm
we
not mistaken,
have.
Right?
Yeah.
So what a great accomplishment.
23-year-old, 4th-round draft pick.
Yeah.
If you recall the history of Garen, now the younger brother Gavin is with the New York Mets. He's with Single A.
Right.
But Garen, if I remember the story right, it's going back a number of years now, did not play his senior year due to a knee injury. So he built up his resume. Right. He built up his resume, if I recall, built up his resume with a freshman, sophomore, junior year, and did not play his senior year at Barb. And he was drafted on the 4th round, his 4th round. Right. But he didn't have that senior year. If I recall, that's the story.
And that speaks a lot. I mean, if you can do that, not have a senior year, and still be that
yeah,
productive.
And now all of a sudden he's 23-year-old. He's called up to the big leagues. So congratulations to the Caccini family. I mean, they just you know, wins a seventh state title. You know, Garen gets called up to the Red Sox. Glenn and wife Raisa were off in Savannah watching Gavin play with the Mets organization. Yeah, that's great.
But you know what? We often joke with Glenn about, you know, why don't you just try to put this, what you coach, into a bottle?
Yeah.
And just sell it and just put it on the shelf, man. Because, I mean, it works. Whatever he's doing there, Rick, it's working, believe me. Not only with his kids, but with other kids, it's working,
You're right
man.
about
so
that. Of course,
hats off to Glenn, man.
A couple of weeks ago, we mentioned that another local product from Hamilton Christian and the McNeese State program, Jace Peterson, was called up to the San Diego Padres. So now you got two really great talented stars from this area. Yeah, we got to get Jace once the season's over.
We definitely want to get them all back on the
with the Padres. All right. The McNeese Cowboys. Daniel Sam, 6'2", about 210, 215.
Let me.
Running quarterback. Honorable mention, Big 12 as a
Big 12 now.
Big 12.
Big 12 now.
One of the big boys. Kansas State now, right?
Yeah.
Bill Snyder. This Kansas State.
That's Big 12.
What was it? A couple of years ago was on the cusp.
Yeah.
On the cusp, if they stayed undefeated, to play for the national championship, and they end up getting beat late in the year for that loss. But this is a solid program.
And I'm pretty sure BJ, hats off to BJ.
Nephew,
cousin, had some dealings
with,
with this. But just to say, looking at this kid, Rick, and I mentioned it last week, I mean, I had a chance to see a little YouTube clip of him, and if they can get him in-house, Rick, McNeese is going to see a different future for what the Cowboys can have.
2-year future if he Rick, if he comes in billed as what his numbers show.
Just looking at the video, I have no doubt it's the real deal.
Yeah.
And Matt has got to be saying, we can make it's almost
added dimension.
It's almost looking at Kerry Joseph at a much younger age, coming in and playing with the Cowboys. Seriously, Rick. I mean,
I've only seen clips like you. I've only seen clips like you.
Go to the YouTube clip and watch some of this kid. Your mouth is gonna drop and say, "Do what? He's coming to McNeese.
Yeah.
He's gonna be playing for us here." I'm telling you, I can't wait.
Yeah. It will be fun. We talked about it last week, and the reason why Matt Viator and nobody with the football program can officially and have this press conference
because of NC2A rules and all that stuff that you got to.
You know, if Daniel Sams is going to enroll in summer school, I think that's like June 9 is the deadline to enroll and be here for summer school, which is next week. Then they can officially say, once he is on campus and enrolled, they can officially say he is here and he is part of our program.
Exactly. And we'll probably need to have Matt come on again and maybe talk a little bit more about it because that's a big deal for them, honestly. Rick.
Something tells me Viator is not going to compare him to Kerry Joseph.
Maybe
like
not.
you.
Maybe not. But I'm just saying, looking at him, that's the kind of
style
of what you...
Well, the build is similar, right? You know,
that's the kind of style of what you see.
6'2", 200, 210,
and
you know?
It's just, you can add so many dimensions as to what you said to the offense as to what they can do, Rick. It just makes them feel like they can maybe get back to that once. It's the word I'm looking for.
But you got to have a quarterback that can throw too.
You do.
You always seem to emphasize the legs and the running ability.
The pressure of some quarterbacks having to throw is that they don't have that dimension of being able to get away from the rush, which causes them to throw ineffective passes or incompletions or interceptions.
Okay.
This kid can get away and find somebody and hopefully get it to him. That's the key that this kid has, Rick. Most of the quarterbacks can't run, can't elude the rush, so therefore you're looking, you're wondering, and you're going to throw it away and you're going to throw it into something, you're going to do something bad with the ball. This kid, I think, even if not making a decision to want to throw it, can run.
Let me ask you this, and the Cowboys did pick up yet another over the weekend, a commitment from TCU safety, Jermaine Antoine. Another Louisiana product, and you know, he's just a freshman. So he's going to have like 4 years of eligibility here, and Sam's will have 2, but again, the added depth, that D1, the D1 caliber talent to add to the Cowboys, either starting lineup or depth. Let me ask you this. I'm a big believer, and I said right after the season ended for the McNeese Cowboys, that is what they had to do. They had to go into the transfer pool and get more talent at quarterback and other key positions, and they're doing it.
There's no doubt. And let me tell you why, Rick. When we went to the game and saw Southeastern beat up on McNeese, we should have been convinced then that you have to go into
That's a strong phrase. Beat up? I mean,
Rick, you was at the game.
I was at the game.
You was at the game. What do you call that?
What
do you call that, Rick?
Beaten. Not beat up, but
Rick, no,
Southeastern
seriously.
was big.
Yes,
they
were.
Big secondary.
Physical,
Yeah,
Rick.
right,
And Rick,
right.
you can't overcome that. And that's what you've got to do to compete with those schools. You've got to go out and do what they're doing to be competitive, because they're going to continue to do it and get those athletes in.
Southeastern has turned into a mini Troy State.
But you're right, Rick.
Years ago, when I covered Troy State, when I was in Alabama, and even beyond that, they just got, you know, they got the guys who couldn't make the grade at Alabama and Auburn for obvious reasons.
Look.
And look where it brought to that program.
Rick, when we went to the game, you and I was in the press box, our jaws dropped when we saw that free safety, 6'4", 220. Rick.
Yeah.
Oh, come on now.
I'm thinking beyond Southeastern and beyond the Southland. When you saw in the FCS playoffs, the team like, you know, the teams from Illinois and the teams from Montana and Eastern Washington and, of course, North Dakota State, the, three-time now national champion reigning in FCS. They've just got these elite, a few of these elite players.
They know how to
spots,
plug
and
those
one of them is at quarterback.
in.
One of them is at quarterback.
That's a trigger spot, Rick, for any team. So all I'm saying is, for the Cowboys to be competitive and to grow
they're
that
competitive
program,
now.
They are.
They're
Rick,
competitive
but
now.
they've got to get, and we've talked
you're
about
saying
it, Rick.
is over the hump.
They've got to get over that hump, Rick. We've been looking and waiting to say, well, you know what? When is it going to happen? Okay, had a good year. Well, didn't go. Bowed out the second round playoffs. Okay,
second round.
First
round had one of playoffs.
So you're saying to yourself, well, what? You know, we got to get there. So all I'm saying, Rick, and I know that Matt and them has got to feel that of wanting to get past that and move forward and just accomplish something with their program, because the talent, the athletic talent that they have, Rick, you and I would probably say it's enough, but it's just getting over that hump with those key players that can get you there. That's what's key, Rick.
You got to be careful, though. You got to be careful with transfers, because you only have them for 2 years, and sometimes you only have them for one.
You do.
And that may, and they're on scholarship.
And
it's a board. Right. You know it better than I. You got a board, and you got, you know, you got your seniors, and you got your juniors, and you got your sophomores, and then you got your red shirt. And it can screw up the apple cart if you add too many of them in regards to what scholarships you have to offer and where you're going in your recruiting. And you follow me? And, you know, you can tip the balance of chemistry.
You as a coaching staff should know what it is that your program needs to move.
Go shopping?
You
got to go shopping.
And just know, you got to know your program to know what it takes to get you to that next level.
I agree.
You have to.
So again, the D1 transfers continue to roll in. This might be it.
Keep doing it
for the Cowboys.
Keep doing it.
I agree.
Keep doing it.
And we're not discounting a quarterback competition with Tyler Bolthing and Briscoe and the rest of the guys. All right, there's going to be a competition.
You think so?
Oh yeah, there's got to be a competition. You just can't hand the job to the guy.
Turn to the YouTube video.
Oh, my Lord. Back in two here, Jack Daniels at Lauberge.
I'm just
Stay
saying,
right
folks. I'm just saying.
I know you're just saying.
Soundoff 60 is presented by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort and by Tarver Ford, Begless Parkway in Sulphur.
Get your free American Press app today. It's all at your fingertips. News, sports, advertising, entertainment, and video delivered through your Apple or Android mobile device. Capture the informative power of the American Press, Southwest Louisiana's premier source for news and advertising. Get your American Press app today. Download it for free through your iTunes or App Store. You'll love the look and feel of our newest digital offering. The app flawlessly delivers the local news most important to you in a new, striking layout. Get your American Press app today.
Choosing your doctors and healthcare professionals is an important and personal decision, and one that you should feel totally comfortable with. Hello, I'm Dr. Trista Guidry, and I'd like to welcome you to our clinic, where your health and well-being is our top priority. I'm a board-certified OBGYN and a graduate of LSU. My dedicated staff and I would like to invite you to call for a consultation and appointment. You will experience the trust, comfort, and medical treatments you deserve. We are Dr. Trisa Guidry.
All right, welcome back to Jack Daniels at Lauberge, having a whole lot of fun with Mr. Hobbs in Baton Rouge, covering the LSU Tigers. Hopefully they're in a will-win, must-win.
He would send us a text or something to say, hey, guys, look, just wanted to text and say, hey, you know, great show tonight. You know, I'm here in Baton Rouge, but no text.
When I was on my one vacation every 5 years, didn't I text saying, hey, have a great show,
don't
screw it up?
No.
I did too.
No,
I think my text was, don't screw it up.
I think we got emails when you returned saying, oh my God.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I'm saying, what? Are you serious? Come on now. What?
I saw one of the replays.
Come on, what? Are you serious now?
I don't know what trip I was on, but I saw a replay.
Yeah.
And
You
man,
take so many of them.
I just looked at.
You take so many
I
of
was
them.
looking at the TV saying,
whatever.
What are they doing?
I know.
What are they doing?
We're doing television. That's what we do.
You call that television?
Well, I was doing television.
I don't know about Hobbs.
I
Okay.
was doing television.
Who was it? It was Alex Hickey. He had his arm in a cast. Did you have to break his arm before he came on?
Look.
He come in here with that, you know, arm in a sling.
Look, Rick, I was just surprised at you when you saw it. When I saw when he walked up. I said,
all right, let's get back. Huh?
I was saying, is he gonna do the show tonight or what? Because
you can do it with a cast. That's for sure.
I guess so.
All right, let's talk about the McNeese Cowgirl softball team. All right. Mike Smith is headed away from McNeese. He was offered a job.
Surprised?
And
Are you
took
surprised?
No, I was not surprised.
Nobody's surprised.
He's going to Ole Miss. And
Nobody's
it's funny,
surprised.
we're sitting here at Lauberge at Jack Daniels, and before the show started, I look up, and who pops up on the screen? And Mike Bianco for the Ole Miss Rebels.
Yeah.
14 years now in Oxford.
Can you believe that?
No, I don't even want to talk about it.
I remember we had him on the show.
I know, Mike Bianco. And he's still in Oxford because it's a beautiful area of Mississippi, and it's a beautiful city to be in.
Rich area.
For a college program. But anyway, so that was the first McNeese coach to go to Ole Miss. Mike Smith, ironically enough, Mike, is now the second softball coach. Of course, Bianco coached the men's baseball team. All right, so look, we weren't kidding ourselves. Look, Mike Smith inherited a great program, won 2 straight Southland Conference regular season, came in with a lot of talent, really brought that talent to bear, got them better, beat the top-ranked Arizona State Sun Devils in his first year over there in Tucson. They were top-ranked in the country. You knew he was a short-timer.
You did.
Come on.
We all knew
you had
that,
to know that. You're going to hang on to him as long as you can.
But, Rick, my question is, you know, what does it take when you look at the McNeese program for the coaches and the pay level of what they have here?
Gosh.
I mean, how do you fix that?
There's no way to compete.
I know, but how do you fix it? No.
You can't fix it.
You can't compete with an Ole Miss or an LSU. I mean, I know that, but
this is a guy who came from California, had a strong resume, had a strong winning percentage, was a former minor league pitcher. He had ambitions.
Yeah.
So you get him for 2 or 3 years. Kudos to McNeese State to get a talent like that and to even hold him for 3 years.
Okay, but remember this, what you just said. When you bring a coach like this in and know that he may not stay here for no longer than 2 or 3 years, doesn't that mess up the apple cart?
Did he win?
Oh,
Did he win?
Oh, he won. He won.
Now, if you get a guy,
no doubt about it.
And look, if he's losing, he's not going to get a job.
But now you've got that talent. Will you still get that coaching?
No. You mean?
And that's my question. You know.
You mean a comparable coach?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if they're going to get a comparable coach, but you
that's
hope
what I'm saying.
You hope to find a young diamond in the rough, like Mike Smith wasn't all that young.
No.
But he wanted to come south.
I guess
he wanted to come south.
We hear so much about our Louisiana schools and a lot of the local ones that we talk about more so than anything, not being able to keep those coaches, not being able to retain coaches like that you know that maybe one day want to have ambition and go off and coach D1 schools or whatever.
Well, McNeese is D1. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but
bigger conference.
Bigger. How do you? I guess that just goes back. I guess you can't.
No, you really can't.
I guess you can't.
You really can't.
I guess you can't.
McNeese did a great job finding Mike Smith.
They did.
Luring him here
There's
and
no
holding
doubt.
him.
To get him.
Look, he hit the ground running, and after 1 year, he was already, and no fault, I'm not faulting Mike Smith, but he was already, talking to California and Riverside. The following season, which would have been his second year, he had overtures from Montana. Montana, I believe, was starting up a women's softball team.
Yeah.
Who's going to go to Montana for women's softball?
No.
But anyway, bigger school, maybe more pay or whatever. Well, that didn't work out. And luckily for him, it didn't. Ole Miss comes calling. Look, he won 40 games this year. 40 games, he wins the second straight regular season, but still doesn't get into the NCAA and was shafted by the NCAA for it. But look, it got him a job at Ole Miss.
Yeah, it did.
And I have no clue what Ole Miss pays.
No,
but
I'm pretty sure it's
double?
an SEC.
Double?
Yeah, got to be double, Rick.
Or more.
Got to be double.
You can't.
I mean,
you
it's
can't
SEC.
fault a guy.
I mean,
you cannot fault a guy.
You're on a big level now.
Yeah, this is Ole Miss.
Yeah,
and you know, the previous coach at Ole Miss didn't have a very strong winning percentage.
You can't be upset. You can't be mad. You want to say, hey, great job, moving on, doing great. I saw you
congratulate the guy.
But, you know, you just look at what's there now and say to yourself, what if we could possibly retain someone who's comparable or just close to keep the talent we've got here or to get even more talent? The girls, Rick, I'm going to tell you, this girls' softball team was getting ready to make some noise.
Well,
I'm serious, Rick.
And they got the wrong end. They got the wrong end of it from the NCAA by not getting a bid. That's just ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. The teams they put into the NCAA women's field
Everybody was
outside of
they didn't
McNeese.
get in.
But here's a team that won 40 games, 2 straight Southland Conference titles. They will the file of resumes that's going to hit Bruce Hemfield's desk will be impressive. Will be impressive. I mean, when you've got the talent, and this is a hotbed for girls or women's softball, they will get some quality coaches apply for this job.
And I guess in looking at that, Rick, to know what they've accomplished, and those that are interviewing or looking to that job, gonna know that we've got some talent here. So
yeah,
this might turn into something good. We just hope for the best, and we just hope that, and we wish the best for Mike, but it's just that we hate to see him go.
Ole Miss, you know, it's the bastion of the Old South. It's one of those. I met a gentleman, and his family owns, and I can't remember the newspaper, but his family owns the Oxford something or other that's been there for like 200 years in Oxford, and he was telling me that the Oxford area, and I met him about 5 or 6 years ago in Florida. And this is a growing community. This is becoming a retirement community. Oxford, Mississippi, from people who want to retire there. So this is a great quality of life. Now, you may have a beef against the Rebels because you hate everything Mississippi or Vanderbilt.
No, I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying.
It's a great area.
I mean,
it's a great, beautiful
we always
city.
forget things that were said about Ole Miss Rebels, about this, that, all that. You know, just the ugly connotation that you'd have about the Ole Miss flag and all that other stuff. But let me tell you this, guys.
That's the past.
Every time that I would go down and play there at Ole Miss, it would always be fans that would say, from seeing the name on the back of my jersey, you know, Guidry, man, good game. They're fans.
Right.
So
very polite.
Don't always believe what people tell you in here because it's not true. And I was like, talking to me?
Yeah. Very polite, huh?
Guidry, good game, man.
Yeah.
I'm like,
that's great.
Okay.
That's
so,
great.
You know, Rick.
The Grove, the tradition, the suits and the ties for tailgating. It ain't LSU, is it?
No, it's not.
It's not LSU. Up against the clock again.
No,
all right, we're taking a short 2.5-minute break. When we come back here at Jack Daniels, stay with us. We'll be right back.
We are worldwide, 365 and 24/7 at soundoff60.com. Soundoff 60 is presented by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort and by Tarver Ford Sulphur. Back after this break.
Dr. Casio was my choice.
Dr. Casio is my choice.
Dr. Casio was my choice.
Dr. Brett Casio is fellowship trained and board certified in both orthopedics and sports medicine. He has the tools, techniques, and experience to get athletes back on the field of play. Call 337-494-4900.
Dr. Brent Casio is the official sports medicine physician of Soundoff 60.
Hi, we're the Tarver family. We've been in business for 30 years. The question that people ask us most often is, what's the best time of the year to buy? We believe the best time is when the most people are buying, and that's in May and June.
So we're starting a brand new tradition, our first annual May-June sale. It's our biggest savings of the year on our biggest inventories of the year at either one of our locations, Lake Charles Toyota or Tarver Ford.
It's our biggest sale in our 30-year history.
And it's our annual May-June sale.
At Lake Charles Toyota, Highway 14 south of I-210, or Tarver Ford, I-10 exit 21 in Sulphur.
Thank you. Here's to that friend you've known since forever. The one who's been through it all with you. From playoff wins to girlfriends lost. A guy you know better than anyone. Even if you've never called him by his real name.
Hey, Dad.
Buddy.
I want to welcome McNeese head baseball coach Justin Hill to Jack Daniels at Lauberge, talking about the postseason, the season that was, and looking off into the future for the McNeese Cowboys. Welcome back. Congratulations. Good year. beat expectations, or where do you sit now that you've had a week or two to digest the year?
That's a pretty tough question, Rick.
Well, it was a good year. You were above 500. But what was your expectations, and how would you grade the performance of first year for the Cowboys?
I think we did all right. You know, I mean, you always want more. You can't help it. Every time you get in those competitive situations, your tournaments, you know, you always think, hey, what could I have done differently? But I was really proud of how our guys played, especially the last week. Going in the conference tournament, we played well 3 out of the 4 games. So, I mean, I think with the probably from a personnel standpoint, we got a lot out of them, and we're really happy about that. I think there were probably some more wins we could have had, but if you look, there were some other situations. We were fortunate with some wins too.
Probably stole a few.
We probably stole a few, so it may have evened out in the end. But having a chance to get to 30 wins, that's something that's special. Anytime you can do that.
First time in what, maybe 5, 6 years?
2010 or something like that. I think that's what they said. So I'm just really thankful for the year that we had.
Coach, in just looking back and looking at the state of baseball here in the state of Louisiana, you've got your ULs, you got your LSU, your Southeasterns. How tough is it going to be for you to build your program with all of these local schools doing well, playing well?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough. I mean, when you look, I think Baseball America put it out, they're the top 3 states for college baseball in the United States is California's 1, Texas is 2, and Louisiana's 3. Wow. And with as many Division I universities that we have per capita, I mean, I think there's over 14 Division I universities that play baseball. When you look at Mississippi, they've only got 6. I mean, so there's a lot of competition there. A lot of people, we're always running up against those same teams over and over again. So it's natural you're going to have that parity there, but I think our coaches have done a really good job of recruiting the right guys. And we're in a great area being this close to Texas. Especially with the quality of baseball that's in Southwest Louisiana, I think we're on the right track. It doesn't happen all in one year, obviously, but you know, I think for the foundation that we've built this year, from the season we had with the recruiting class we brought in, I think it's really a positive step forward.
Good, Coach. Is the challenge you talked about? Is the challenge parity on the field, coupled with the challenge off the field and on the recruiting trails? Which one's more of a challenge?
You know, they're probably. It starts with the parity off the field, kind of the history that people have. We're very fortunate; we have a good history. You know, as far as the longevity of our program that we've had. You know, there's been a lot of good players come through McNeese, and you know, so that kind of starts there with the recruiting. And then once you get the players in there, then you're going to have some parity on the field as well. So I think we did a good job of setting a good foundation for this year of how we're going to play. We're going to be aggressive and earn a lot of respect across the league, and I think that was important for us.
Coach, you know what? When you come into a program new, you know, you have to kind of find a niche or find your way with your players to let them know what type of coach you're going to be. How easy you think that has become, being new and being able to find a chemistry for this team to know, versus the years that you could possibly be here, to know how to grow that with your players? What would be the biggest accomplishment for this team this year with you, being able to let them know your fingerprint on how you want to do things here at McNeese?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing we wanted to do is talk about we wanted to be aggressive. We want to be aggressive in everything we did, on the field, off the field, do things and be excellent in what we do. Our guys did a great job in the classroom, 2 straight semesters over 3.0. So we're not having to worry about kids off the field, and that's really important for us.
That is.
Because, you know, we don't
Which gets a lot of attention, right,
Yeah,
Coach?
it does.
It's making headlines. It's,
what time those
you
are
can't make the
negative?
grades, you can't
RPI,
play.
what is it? What's the acronym for it again? I can't
APR.
APR. Academic Performance Index. Something.
Yeah, and so we're in a good shape with that, and you know, so we want to, you know, because like you were talking about with those the attention you get sometimes is more negative on those things, and so you know, so we're thankful that our guys did a good job keeping their noses clean, and so we want to make sure that that obviously continues, and that's going to be with recruiting.
Cowboys head baseball coach Justin Hill has joined us, talking about the year that was, getting to the Southland Conference tournament, which is critical. I mean, you can't go further unless you get into the tournament, so you qualify for the tournament. Boy, I tell you, my brain gets a little scattered and fractured, but you go down to Nichols and swept at Nichols, correct?
We got swept.
You got swept at Nichols to end the year, and prior to that, I think it ended up being correct me if I'm wrong, a 5-game losing streak. Did the team hit a wall? Did they I mean, and how did that carry over into the tournament? You said y'all played good for 3 out of 4.
Mm-hmm.
Were you concerned at that point, coming out of Thibodeau with 3 straight losses? And was it a concern? It had to be going into the tournament. I mean, you want good momentum. You want good vibes.
Well, not necessarily as far as those last 3 games.
Not necessarily wasn't a concern?
Not necessarily a concern.
Okay.
We didn't play bad in Thibodeau. You know, we lost 2 one-run games, and the other one, I mean, it was a really good ball game up to 7 innings and all those. It just breaks didn't go our way. Didn't get the big hit, things like that. And I would say more we weren't concerned because the history of our guys, the way they'd been all year long. You have a tough 19-inning loss. You know, you have some tough at Southeastern. We'd lost the first 2 games, and we always came back. You know, it really didn't matter what the situation and everything was. So I was really proud of how our guys did that, and it really didn't surprise me that we played well. But we were able to get the big hit. We were able to catch a couple breaks and do a couple things, and that's what happened that first game against Nichols in the tournament.
When you talk about, you know, not being able to get those breaks and getting those hits that you needed, how big a factor, Coach, when you look at an LSU and when a guy like Nola steps on the mound, that you know that he can dominate and pretty much control a game, how big a factor is having someone like that in your bullpen to be able to do that?
I think that's critical. You know, you almost call that the automatic win. When you put a guy like there on there. So you almost factor that in. There's a little bit of an edge going in there, and that helps you from an offensive standpoint as well. Because you know every run's going to be critical. You know, so you know that you can manufacture a run, you can do some things early, so it puts a lot of pressure on that pitcher. They always say, you know, this pitcher's you're not ever facing that pitcher. That's hogwash. You know, because you know who you're matching up against and who you're locked up against, and so that is really critical. And Caleb Fontenot was really good for us this year. We knew he was going game 1 for us in that tournament, and when that happened, you know, he went out and threw really well again. You know, and that was really critical for us, and he did a really good job that game. And I think we ended up throwing 5 or 6 guys that one game against Nichols, and everybody did what they needed to do to find a way to win.
Well, Justin, looking ahead now, you're going to lose some talent, obviously. Every year you're going to lose talent. You got that Webb and Flo. Give us a sense of the roster and the biggest holes you think is going to be a challenge for you to fill through the golf season looking toward 2015.
Right off the bat, you know, you're going to be losing Jackson Gooch and Chase Marion. Those guys are going to be, you can't replace those. You can't really do that.
And how can you replace a baseball name like Gooch?
Gooch.
Yeah, that's going to be hard. I mean, that part's going to be
You need to find another Gooch because that's a great name.
As long as he can hit, we'll be okay. You know, you really can't replace those from an individual standpoint. You can't recruit a couple junior college kids, say, hey, you're going to hit 3 and 4 in the lineup. You got to look as a team, what can you do to replace the production? Because the players you can't replace. You got to look from a production standpoint. I've had good history with that. We lost when I was at Southeastern. We lost the all-time hit leader. You know, in 1 year, and the next year we had the best offensive team they'd ever had. Well, you go, well, how do you do that? Well, the guys got better, guys got older. We're going to have Connor Lloyd coming back, Andrew Guillat. So we got some guys that are going to be coming back. So we're expecting to have a little bit better year, plus with the infusion of talent that we're going to try to bring in. And number one, we tried to make some improvements on the mound. And we've got some guys coming in. They had good years for their high schools and junior college, respectively. So just from a number standpoint, we were able to add some arms and some guys in there. And so we're expecting to be a little bit better on the mound this year. And that's going to be a big thing. It's going to help us offensively as well, you know, when you're able to limit that.
Coach, you mentioned earlier about the regional being in Lafayette, another regional in Baton Rouge at Alex Box with the Tigers and the Cajuns. Southeastern wins the Southland Conference. Northwestern competitive program, you're a competitive program. Give us your sense, and you're born and bred Louisiana. I mean, you pitched at LSU. You worked at Southeastern, and gosh, your resume. Weren't you in Texas? One of the schools in
Sam
Texas?
Houston.
Sam Houston. Give us a sense of baseball, collegiate baseball, I-10 and below, if you will, across the corridor, and not only collegiate but high school. Barb wins their 7th state title. You got Live Oak, St. Amant, all this. I mean, it's strong.
It's a lot.
I mean, the talent is there. I mean,
well, it's very.
I got an 8-year-old right now that I want you to start looking at.
Right.
Because he can get on base.
That's my boy.
I got to start plugging for a scholarship.
That's my boy.
No, I mean, seriously. I mean, the state of baseball.
It's really good. I mean, it's right, like you said, right through I-10. I mean, not only is it really good from a talent standpoint, but there's very, very good coaches.
Coaching, good point.
Through there. And I think that's where you're going to see, that's why the programs are kind of the same ones year in and year out that you're going to have, because guys do a great job coaching. It's going to prepare them for the college game a lot but and so the adjustment period is going to be a little bit quicker for them when they do step in there. So it's always going to be competitive through here. We knew that when we took the job, but that's okay. That's part of what makes it fun.
Yeah, going to Slate Kinder. Kender wins the state championship both in football last football season and in baseball as well. Good coaching, good talent, good
and
kids.
One of the things before, Rick, one of the things that we mentioned to Coach Glenn when he was on that we felt that was pretty strong and was a key factor in the success that they had as the Bar Bucks was the chemistry among their players. How quick is that to be able to get, Coach, coming in your first year? Does that take time, or is it something that you can see and put different guys with each other to know that they just do well together? Do you have to look at that as a coaching standpoint, or is it something that you just try and create over a period of time?
I think, you know, you've got to create an atmosphere. Is part of your responsibility as a coach is to create that atmosphere. And it's kind of the team chemistry is kind of the chicken or the egg. Is it do you have players that can win, or do you have team chemistry? Which one happens first? You know, they kind of go hand in hand. So the only thing you can really control from a coaching standpoint, you got to create the environment and you got to get the right players in.
Right.
And when you have that, you know, you hope the chemistry, because that's something you really can't control on a direct, other than what you can control for the from the practices and team events and things that you do. And so that is really, really critical. And I'll tell you what, our guys were really good this year. They made things easy on me. I've heard some really tough horror stories for new coaches coming in, having to go in, clean house, do some things. Our kids wanted to win, and they wanted to do whatever it took. They accepted us from day one. And all they wanted to do was find a way to win. And they trusted us, and they went out there and they did a really good job for us.
We wish you the best of luck.
Yeah, we do.
Have a great offseason. Great year.
Appreciate it.
Justin Hill, baseball coach of the McNeese State
Appreciate
Cowboys. You'll have an off-season, more recruiting, and more work. All right. Camps, by the way. Do you have summer camps?
We do.
Give us some dates on those if you have them.
Well, one starts next week. They're youth baseball camps, grades 1 through 8.
Out of a Cowboy Diamond.
A Cowboy Diamond, and they basically go every other week. We're going to do those, and they can go online, cowboybaseballcamp.com. They can register right there online, and we'll get a.
Rick's got a base runner. You may be seeing his. He's got a base runner.
Can the kids sign up the day of the event?
They can.
Okay, so they come out to Cowboy Diamond about what time?
We're going to start at 9.
Okay.
So if they come out there about 8:30, we really suggest
on-site registration.
We suggest for them to try to register early,
right?
Because what that allows us to do is have the right coach to player ratio, if we're able to do that. So that'll help us out if they can do that.
First one next week.
First one's next week.
Cowboy baseball camp for the youngsters out there. We'll be back in 2 with Mr. Guidry. Johnny Manziel.
Johnny Manziel. We got to discuss Johnny Manziel.
Coming back in a little bit.
Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort, home of Soundoff 60, and Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. Round 5 with the boys coming up.
Get your free American Press app today. It's all at your fingertips. News, sports, advertising, entertainment, and video delivered through your Apple or Android mobile device. Capture the informative power of the American Press, Southwest Louisiana's premier source for news and advertising. Get your American Press app today. Download it for free through your iTunes or App Store. You'll love the look and feel of our newest digital offering. The app flawlessly delivers the local news most important to you in a new, striking layout. Get your American Press app today.
Hi, we're the Tarver family. We've been in business for 30 years. The question that people ask us most often is, what's the best time of the year to buy? We believe the best time is when the most people are buying, and that's in May and June.
So we're starting a brand new tradition, our first annual May-June sale. It's our biggest savings of the year on our biggest inventories of the year. At either one of our locations, Lake Charles Toyota or Tarver Ford.
It's our biggest sale in our 30-year history.
And it's our annual May-June sale.
At Lake Charles Toyota, Highway 14 south of I-210. Or Tarver Ford, I-10 exit 21 in Sulphur.
All right, welcome back to Jack Daniels at Lauberge. Do not forget, Thursday night, it's pool party season.
Get your tickets.
This Thursday.
Get your tickets early.
It's Ashes of Babylon. You're going to have a whole lot of fun in the pool. You can cool off, get in the pool, get wet, get out, dry off, have a cold Miller Lite or Coors Light, have some fun, listen to some great music.
I mean, we have the little guys walking around with the little beer packs on the back. Bring it to you. You don't have to even leave.
Don't even have to leave.
Just look for them and raise your hand. Boom, it's there. So.
Yep. And if you can't get their attention, look for Hobbs. Say, Hobbs, I need a beer. Bring it over here. He will be more than happy to do that for you. All right, we got a lot to cover in this segment.
Yes,
Johnny
we do.
Manziel, Phil Mickelson, For the NBA round ballers, the finals start this week.
Yeah, yeah.
Rematch,
Well,
Heat and
yeah.
Spurs. We'll get into that in the closing
Put your money
segment.
on the Heat. What did I say?
I'm not so
at the
sure
beginning
about
of the
that.
season? The Heat. Who's going to beat the Heat?
I'm not so sure about that.
Who's gonna beat
Hold
the
your
Heat?
horses, muscle mouth. All right, hold your horses. All right, let's talk a little bit about Johnny Manziel. All right.
It's time to quit, Rick. It's just time
He
to
goes
stop.
out to Las Vegas, Memorial Day holiday.
You knew it was coming.
He's partying in a hot tub.
You
and
knew it was
pools.
coming.
He's 20 years old.
Doing this?
I know. He a lot of selfies. He pops up
Come
on Twitter.
on
He
now,
pops up
Rick.
on Facebook.
Look.
I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem. He's living his life. He's living large. He hasn't done anything yet. And look, he's going to get scrutinized every time he moves.
But see, this is the thing
He's
I
gotta
noticed.
be aware of that.
This is the thing I noticed about Johnny. Johnny wants that attention. How many NFL quarterbacks you know are doing this right now?
Right.
Come on now, give it a break. You need to grow up, mature.
Oh, you're saying go out there and have fun, but don't go all over social media.
I'm not saying don't go to Las Vegas. No, there's plenty of guys that go to Las Vegas, but we don't know about it.
Well,
and that's what I'm
but
saying.
it's Johnny
to
Manziel. Everybody's going to hate that's Johnny Manziel, and they're going to take his picture.
They've got pro athletes that are in Las Vegas 24/7. It's all about where you put yourself to be noticed.
Oh,
and I think
true.
Johnny just wants to be in the
He
spotlight.
wants to be at the big table.
Look.
He wants the big table.
Look, Johnny, get
Las
the first
Vegas
snap.
is, and I don't know, I mean, I'm not a pro. You've been there
Look,
more than I have.
this
but when
is
you
my
go to
thing.
Las Vegas in the social scene, you want the big table.
Yeah,
You want the
yeah,
front
Rick.
table.
Oh, yeah. But
You
Rick,
want the
thing
big
is,
cabana at the
you
pool.
You do.
know?
You want all that. You want all
You
that.
want all the girls in your cabana. Come
And
on, man.
It's just like, Johnny, look, great guy, have fun.
But
it's-
calm down?
Yeah, just bring it down some. You know, just bring it down some. And look, I want to see you go off and play and do well and just light the NFL up. But you know what, Johnny? This is what you're setting yourself up for. All of this attention, and you go out there on Sunday and don't perform.
I know.
Ho, Johnny, shame on you.
The media will
Shame
say,
on you.
look, you know, same the Tony Romo syndrome.
Look,
Remember when he
look,
went off to
look,
Mexico and he wasn't
look.
having a good year?
I guess.
You got to study, you got to work, that whole thing.
And this is my thing, Rick. When you look at a guy like a Drew Brees, I'm pretty sure Drew Brees goes to Las
has
Vegas.
fun, yeah.
But we don't know. We don't have to
He's
know
got
that.
like 14 kids now.
But what
Drew
I'm saying,
Brees.
what I'm saying is this, Johnny, get with a veteran quarterback, call him at least 2-3 times a week, and say, hey.
They don't have a veteran quarterback
No,
with
no,
this.
no,
It's the
no.
Cleveland Browns.
I'm saying pick one.
Oh.
Pick a guy. Pick
Maybe a
veteran
retired guy or
As if to be like a big brother or a big buddy, and just say, hey, look, am I doing right? Am I
Brett
taking
Favre.
care of my business?
What's wrong with Brett Favre? You know, look, I'm a little
That's all I'm
surprised. I'm a
saying.
little surprised. I
That's all
thought you
I'm
were going to come out on the media and jump on the media for jumping on him.
because Johnny's putting himself out there. He is, Rick. Come on. You got to. There are many people that go to Las Vegas and we don't know about it. So, Johnny, I know you're putting yourself out there.
Yeah.
That's all.
I'm kind of with you on that. Phil Mickelson
this
is under
this is
investigation
crazy.
from the SEC, not the conference, but
This
the
is crazy.
Security and Exchange Commission
Yeah.
and the FBI, along reportedly with billionaire Carl Icahn and
Inside
a Las
trading.
Vegas sports betting kingpin, one of the best out there, Billy Walters, for insider trading involving a purchase, an
Martha
investment in
Stewart.
Clorox.
What happened to Martha Stewart? Am I correct?
Yeah, it's insider trading.
Look,
Now, the
Rick.
problem I have with this is, all right, he's part of an investigation, but does the FBI really have to go to Muirfield Village, first round, second round of the Memorial, the Jack Nicklaus tournament, and approach him there? I mean, give me a frickin' break. Come on.
Rick?
It's Phil Mickelson. He ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, catch him in an office somewhere or at his agent's office. You don't have to go to the golf course.
But this is
and,
the
and
thing,
make
Rick.
headlines.
But this is the thing.
And go up there in Lincolns and black suits. Come on.
But why does it have to be to that degree when you're only asking him if he is an acquaintance of this person? Can't this be done in a different scene?
That's
or
what I'm
something?
saying. I'm not saying you have to call him up.
You're not accusing him of anything, but Rick, this is
I
what's
think they
bad.
informed him he's under investigation.
Yeah.
He's been linked to this.
But the implications of that, it muddies the water, Rick.
I know.
And I like Phil because he's a lefty.
Well,
I like him.
Look, he's an upstanding, as far as we know, he's an upstanding
He is.
citizen,
I mean,
okay?
He's a good guy.
Right or wrong, now he is being implicated, and it's the allegations of insider trading for Phil Mickelson.
That's muddy.
You know, do it behind closed doors, FBI, SEC agents.
Until you find something out that you can bring to the public. Now you've got people saying that he's guilty of something.
Well,
and you don't even know
public
what the
opinion.
Even done.
Oh, really? Well, he must be guilty. The FBI is accusing him.
The more you talk about it, the worse it gets.
It's very complicated. Insider trading is very complicated.
It is.
If you read the history of Martha Stewart,
I hate that it happened to Phil. I do, because I like Phil.
Wrong. Just
I like
wrong.
Phil.
All right. All right, we're going to wrap it up with Stump the Wise Guys in the NBA Finals. Our predictions are coming up next when we come back.
Soundoff 60 is presented by Tarver Ford Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort.
Hi, we're the Tarver family. We've been in business for 30 years. The question that people ask us most often is, what's the best time of the year to buy? We believe the best time is when the most people are buying, and that's in May and June.
So we're starting a brand new tradition, our first annual May-June sale. It's our biggest savings of the year on our biggest inventories of the year. At either one of our locations, Lake Charles Toyota or Tarver Ford.
It's our biggest sale in our 30-year history.
And it's our annual May-June sale.
At Lake Charles Toyota, Highway 14 south of I-210. Or Tarver Ford, I-10 exit 21 in Sulphur.
Thank you. Here's to that friend you've known since forever. The one who's been through it all with you. From playoff wins to girlfriends lost. A guy you know better than anyone. Even if you've never called him by his real name.
Hey, Dad.
Buddy.
Dr. Cassio was my choice.
Dr. Cassio is my choice.
Dr. Cassio is my choice.
Dr. Brett Cassio is fellowship trained and board certified in both orthopedics and sports medicine. He has the tools, techniques, and experience to get athletes back on the field of play. Call 337-494-4900.
Dr. Brent Cassio is the official sports medicine physician of Soundoff 60.
What is it about Luxair cooling products that deliver the comfort you've been wishing for? Is it their energy-saving performance? Those super cozy moments with loved ones? Or perhaps it's that great feeling you get in helping those wishing for a little comfort of their own. For over a decade, we've been helping deliver hope, strength, and joy to Make-A-Wish children and families at a time when they need it most. Find out how Luxair home comfort products will make you feel really good this season. Luxair, the comfort you've been wishing for.
All right, we're back at Jack Daniels. Time to stump the wise guys. We got two newbies, some rookies, Haley and Samantha, joining us.
They say they're ready.
They're ready. All right, here we go.
Okay.
What you got for us, ladies?
Who's up first?
Me.
All right.
The Boston Celtics and the Los Angeles Lakers have combined to win how many NBA championships in their long histories?
5,000. I'm just kidding.
I'll say
a whole lot.
13.
Oh no, this is the
combined?
Celtics and the Lakers combined since 1947.
Oh God, I can't. I mean,
know that.
I wasn't born. I mean, I was talking recently. No.
No. The two franchises.
Oh,
You got to remember, the Lakers were in Minneapolis too. So, do you know? I'm going to shoot a number.
I mean, now I know it's higher. Now I know it's higher. I'll say 32.
I'm going to say 35.
What? That close?
33.
33. I say we have not been stumped. We're not been stumped. No, that's close enough.
Are you serious?
A whole lot of titles. A whole lot of titles.
Very good. I guessed it.
Back to Haley.
All right, guys.
Here we go.
What NBA team has never lost in the NBA Finals?
Whoa. Whoa. What NBA team has never lost in NBA Finals? I'll say two. Could it be the Bulls or the Lakers?
It's the Bulls. No, the Lakers have lost. The Pistons beat
the
them.
Bulls.
Joe Dumars, the Bulls.
Okay.
Yeah,
hey,
they're
okay,
like 6-0 during
Good
Michael
job.
Jordan.
Good job.
I think they never
Hey.
went to the finals without Jordan,
Right.
and I don't think they've been since Jordan. So they're 6-0. All right,
Okay.
back to Samantha.
All right. Behind the Chicago Bulls, which two teams has the second best NBA final winning percentage?
Oh, I'm going to go back and say it's got to be the Lakers. It's got to be the Lakers or the
Well,
Celtics.
they won a lot.
It's got to be the
We're
Lakers
talking
or
about
the
a high
Celtics.
percentage.
High
I'm
percentage.
going to go with the Spurs because they're like 4
San
out of
Antonio?
5. Winning percentage. They've
Okay.
only lost once. Okay, the Lakers have lost like maybe 5, 6, 8 times.
Well, yeah,
because they've
but
been so many.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm gonna go.
That's a pretty tricky
Spurs
question,
and
though.
Heat. Spurs and
That's
Heat
a pretty
because,
tricky question.
Well, Spurs and Heat.
Well, you're right.
Spurs and Heat.
Really?
The
they've
Spurs
only
are
lost once.
4-1, and the Heat is 3-1.
Behind the Bulls. The Bulls got 100% behind the Bulls.
I bet I'll get this next one, though.
Here we go. Last one.
I bet you will.
Did he cheat, Haley?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
All right. What one-time starter and often backup with the Rockets, Spurs, and Lakers won 7 championship rings by being in the right place at the right
I know.
time?
Do you know?
Wait a
Talk
minute.
about a charmed life. We don't have a whole lot of time, but remember, he was a starter for Houston, and then he went to the Spurs, came off the bench, and went to the Lakers, and he was like the right team at the right time. Robert Horry.
Oh, yes.
This guy, decent
Robert
player.
Horry, you are right.
He's got 7 rings.
7 rings. Never started.
Well, he started for Houston for a little while, but that's about
7
it.
rings. That's
Excellent job. We
got to have you guys back.
We're
No,
unstoppable.
really. Y'all did
Get
a
some
great
There we go,
job.
ladies.
Thank you.
Haley and Samantha.
Oh,
Thank you very much,
Thanks
ladies.
a lot, ladies.
No, we
All
are
right.
unstoppable tonight, even without Hobbs.
Without Hobbs. No, Hobbs not a big basketball guy. He would have just said
He hates
like,
the NBA. All right.
okay, whatever.
Thursday night, Heat at San Antonio. You think it's at Miami the whole way?
Come on now. Rick,
Have you
honestly.
seen the Spurs play?
Look.
They lost. They had the game. They had the series. 28 seconds with a 5-point lead last year. And Ray Allen hits the 3-pointer. Remember that?
Yes, but look, let me just
What?
say this. For
Quickly.
the record. You've got the Heat right now at a different level.
I know.
You've
Dwayne
got those
Wade.
guys. You've got
Yeah.
those guys that played
I know.
together now for 2 years.
I know.
For 2 years now.
Well,
They
more
know
than
it.
that, but they
No,
won
I
2
mean
in a row.
together.
Yeah, all right.
So they know each other now,
I know,
Rick. So
I know.
San Antonio, you're in trouble.
They're not in trouble.
You're in trouble.
The key factor is Tony Parker.
They will.
He's got a bad ankle.
Look, he does.
If he can play to 90%,
Look,
they're going to give the Heat 7 games.
If Miami get them 3-1, it's a wrap.
I'm going to go out on the limb and
If
say
they get them
Spurs.
3-1, it's a
I'm
wrap.
going out on the limb and say
I'm
Spurs.
saying Heat all the way. Heat
That's
all
going to
the
do
way.
it for this week. Great show, everybody.
great
Have a
show
great
today. We
sports
did.
week. We'll do it again next time.
Soundoff 60 is presented by Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort. Soundoff 60 airs on Suddenlink Cable Channel 60 Monday through Sunday nights, 9 p.m. and again Saturday and Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Soundoff 60 also airs throughout the week on Communicom Cable Channel 6 at 9 p.m. across Southwest Louisiana. Check your local listings. Post your questions and comments for the boys and access our website links at soundoff60.com.